Yoga. It's a wonderful practice, doesn't matter how old you are, but in your later years it can actually be adapted and modified for every shape and size. So we're going to do some yoga to take into the weekend with Sheila Magalhaes, owner of Heartsong Yoga Center. That's in East Longmeadow. And I think people are going to sit in a lot of traffic, too. I was just thinking about that. So when you're trying to get to the Cape and you're just bogged down in traffic, a little car yoga might do you some good.
Why not?
Let's do it. But it's especially important for older people because it builds flexibility, and anyone can do it. If you're sitting at home, you can do it with us today. Is that right?
That'd be really, really nice for you to join in and do some of these practices. And it's not just for folks who are in their later years, but also for anyone who has less mobility, maybe an old injury, maybe something that they're working through, or just not feeling quite confident. A lot of times people say, I can't do yoga because I can't sit on the floor cross-legged. That's the first thing that comes to their mind.
Or people say, you know, I can't do it because I can't balance well. But balancing, for example, and just one of many, is a learned skill that you can improve. And if you improve your core strength, you can improve your balance.
Exactly. So, and it takes practice. So when you have a chair, you feel more confident. You have something to hang on to. You can sit in the chair. We'll stand up and do some work behind the chairs.
Perfect.
And use our hands here, holding the edges. But first, let's talk about posture, because yoga really is about posture. So shoulders back, feet on the floor, uncross your ankles, put your hands just anywhere on your lap comfortably, and then lift your shoulders up and squeeze them back and drop them down.
Oh, and by the way, please do this with us right now. Take a couple minutes out of your day, because why not?
And it feels good.
It feels good.
All right.
Okay, so
again, lift the shoulders up and roll them back.
So like, in a way, it's shoulder circles.
Slide them down. Right.
Oh,
so we want to have mobility in the joints.
That's really good.
Flexibility and lubrication in the joints. Same thing with the hands. So just take your wrists and turn them around. This might feel really simple, but mine are kind of noisy and crunchy a little bit.
Is it weird that mine are too?
Nope,
is that
it's not
okay?
weird. It's totally normal. It's just the way it is.
And someone told me there's that old wives' tale: if you crack your bones, it's going to hurt you going forward. But it's okay.
No, it's okay. It's just gases in the joints just being released, and it's really fine. So take your hands and bring them together. Now stretch your arms out in front of you. Yeah. And then flip your hands around like that.
The best part is, I wish you could. I wish you could see what I see right now, because some of our camera people are doing it too. And
it's excellent. Love it.
Great. Okay. Everyone's enjoying themselves.
Do it again like that.
Okay.
All right. Now bring your arms up overhead. Good. Nice. Now take your first fingers and point them up like a little steeple. Okay. And lean over to your right. That side over there. Yeah.
Lefts and rights are difficult.
I know. And then up to the middle, and then go over to the left. All right, big side stretch. So sometimes you do these standing up, and they're called half moon, but seated, we can do it now. This is called mountains. Just sit very tall like this. Look straight ahead. Good. And then bring your arms out and slowly bring them down. With a nice big breath.
And now, all of this can be modified too. Even if this is too difficult for you, you can do certain things at home.
Exactly.
Anyone can.
And if arms don't go up overhead and they come partway out to the side, that's perfectly fine.
Something beats nothing every time.
Every single time. Just do a little more each time, or do your best. Twist. So it feels really good to reach to the side, hold the edge of your chair, look over your shoulder.
And we've done this in a traditional position before, but
seated,
you can modify it for a chair.
Yep, and then to the other side. So you can just come around and twist and look over your shoulder, lift the chin a little bit.
Is there a sweet spot for the amount of time that you should do each one of these for?
Well, I like to take 3 deep breaths. And it's really about the breath. If we just came here and went, and tried to muscle through it, that's really not yoga. You're not, when you can combine the movement with the breath and you pay attention, that becomes more of yoga. And then when you're in the practices, you're thinking about what you're doing right now and not what you have to do next or what you did before. And that brings you into the present moment. So there's the philosophy as well as the exercise and movement. You want to stand up?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So stand up and come to the back of your chair.
Okay.
All right? And place your hands right here on the chair. Now step your feet back. We've done this posture, we call it down dog.
I was going to say, this is a downward, so if
Yeah.
people were doing it in real yoga, it would look a little bit like this,
It would exactly look like that. Right. So we get to do this.
But we're modifying for the chair.
So lean back, and then drop your chin a little bit, and press your hips back, and separate your feet just a tiny little bit.
Now, should the back of my feet be going to the ground, or should I be tiptoeing?
Nope, go heels down.
Heels down.
Thighs engaged, belly in. So this is the core strength, your belly in, draw your belly in. Now look forward and step your right foot up, just step it up. Good. Now bend into your knees. So these knees, again, another precious joint. Wrists, shoulders, neck, knees. And so just hold here. This is a lunge or a warrior pose. And if you're in the pose, you might have your arms up high. But if you need a chair, you've got something to hold on to.
This makes it so much easier.
Step up, right? So normally you do the other side. You'd spend maybe 3 breaths holding, breathe mindfully. But we can also come to the side. So go to that side.
Sure.
And balance is something when my students come in, they often feel a little bit nervous about being up on one foot. Some students, and practice, you can go to the wall. You can use your chairs at home. You can use countertops. So just pick up one foot and one knee. Good. Now we talk about joints mobility. Circle your ankle around. Yeah, like a little ballerina. Good.
Like a young Baryshnikov.
Good. That's right. I knew that. And then stretch your leg out in front of you. Right, and soft point your toe.
Yeah.
Hamstrings, back of the legs. Right,
Yeah,
right, and a little bit
that.
of core. Pull your belly in, right, and then put your foot down, and breathe. Good, and let's do the other side.
Yes.
So hang on, pick up your knee, circle your ankle around.
And balance just in and of doing this is important too. You always want to do both sides.
Oh, I like to do both sides. You don't want to be crookedy when you finish.
Exactly. Gotta keep it even.
Right, and then stretch your leg out. So we always do that, one side and then the other, and then can you feel that quadricep, hamstrings?
I thought I was in good shape, but yeah, it does get you.
So you think it's super simple. You might see on the outside, oh, that doesn't look like it's doing a lot, but there's a lot happening.
Yeah.
Right?
This is great. Do we have time for one more to
We
take us
do,
into
we
the
do, we
weekend?
do. So come back to your chair
Okay.
and take a seat, right? Now hold your hands on the edges of the chair.
Okay.
And lift just your right leg up, and then draw your shoulders back. Yeah. And then take the left leg up. Soft point your toes, right? Good. Big stretch. Curve, hold, and breathe evenly. And then put your feet down. Great. And then reach your arms up again. And lace your fingers into that steeple position.
Okay.
Right? Right? And get really, really tall and up out of the waist. Right? And separate your hands. And here's one last wonderful shoulder stretch. So separate your hands. Take your right hand behind the back of your neck. The left hand hold the top of that elbow, and then press your head back a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Yeah.
If you felt a couple poppings or something, that's okay?
It's all good. It's
I
all
did.
good. Good. As long as they don't, you know, it's just a little bit of sensation.
Yeah, we don't want
Sensation is
any
good.
bones
Okay,
poking out.
Right. And then, of course, the other side. You got it. And then lift the chin, lift the chest, draw in through the belly, and breathe evenly. And see if you can breathe in and out through your nose, which is also something that we try to do in yoga.
In and out
In
through the
and
nose.
out.
Perfect.
And then bring your arms out over down, and let your hands just rest in your lap.
How about we continue to relax with a little bit of music?
Oh, we're
Right?
gonna have some music. Let's
They're
do
back.
that. I
The
want to
band
hear
is
it.